Hi guys, today I'm bringing you this awesome slimline card called Ice Cream Stamp by Colorado Craft Company. And I decided to get it because I enjoyed watching Amy R making it and I got inspired by her. It's a nice, tall, big, bold stamp set. I've had it for a long time and now I've had the chance to play with it. So first I'm inking it up using Distress Ink tea dye coloring ink, and because it's a new stamp you have to ink it up several times until you get to see the ink that you are using and the image is visible. But before applying the ink, I'm going to prep my card with powder tool, and with my hand tool I'm going to put some pressure down. As this is a big stamp, you want the ink to soak up to the cardstock really well, but you have to do it a few more times like so. So to color this big stamp, I'm using my Copic pens in the neutral shades. You know, when I first opened it, I thought it would be difficult to color, but it wasn't, especially because the lines get obscured and it's harder to see. You just have to follow the stamp lines, and I started out from the edges, working my way in from the lightest to the darkest color. And I was basically just coloring the little squares and adding texture to the waffle cone. And it didn't take me that long to color it. It was pretty easy to color this image. I think it turned out really nice at the end. I hope you feel the same way later on. I want to take this time and apologize for being absent for a while, but I had a death in the family and I've been pretty down. It took me some time to get back to this wonderful hobby of mine that I enjoyed very much, and I thank all of you for spending some time watching my videos. Now for the ice cream, I wanted to be strawberry flavors, so I used my Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend brush markers. I love these pens because of the bright colors. They are very juicy and they dry pretty fast. I went with pink because I didn't know what other color looks good on ice cream. However, later on this video, you will see that I decided to add fudge to it, as it looks a little plain to me right now. I always work from my lightest to the darkest when I am coloring my images. I don't think there is a right or wrong way to do it because some crafters do it either way. So I started coloring my cone first and just going around the waffle cone, basically just going back and forth with the colors as you see me doing here. I am adding some shading and depth and dotting on the grooves areas, as this waffle cone has a lot of texture to it. I really enjoy watching Amy working with this stamp set, and it was a lot of fun doing it. In the beginning I got a little intimidated because it's a big stamp, but in reality it was very easy to color. Doesn't it look delicious? It makes you want to go to Baskin Robbins and buy one for yourself. So I'm basically just going back and forth, especially on the group lines that you see on the ice cream. Just changing the shading and using different pinks. To blend all the colors down. So with my white pen, I added little dots all over the ice cream. I'm just going everywhere. I'm drying it out because later on I'll start using the brown embossing powder for the fudge. You will see me using that image. In the beginning I didn't think I'll be using it, but the more I'm working with this image, I feel that it needs it because for me it looks too plain. So I'm just using my X-Acto knife to finish cutting it up because when I was using my cutting machine it didn't do a very well job. In the meantime, I'm continuing working on my card. I have also decided to use Honeybee Slimline Sentiment Eyelet die, and that is going to be my card base. So I taped it down and ran it through my die cutting machine. Just making sure it looks straight to me, and then I'm putting pieces of tape. Next, I'm going to use this Picket fence stencil called Slimline Broken Fence. Tape it down to secure the cardstock so it doesn't move while I do my blending. I'm also going to use Hero Arts pigment ink in rose color, and with my blending brush I'll be doing circular motions all over my earth tone cardstock until I am satisfied with how it looks. I'm just going all over my card using my blending brushes. I'm not gonna do the middle because that's where the ice cream will go. Once I am finished with that, I'm placing my image on my cardstock just to see how it's going to look at the end. Now, with the alphabet die that I was using earlier, I'm going to use this silver cardstock for the letters. Taking the letters that I'm going to use out, I'm just taping each letter to the cardstock. As you can see, I don't like to waste my paper, so I am placing each letter wherever I can. And then I'm going to run it through my die cutting machine. I also need to stamp the word birthday to this dark gray cardstock. I stamped the word several times, inked it up using Versamark ink, coated using clear embossing powder by Brothers Monroe Alabaster White, then heat embossed it, once satisfied, I repeated these steps a few times until the powder melts. So I'm going back using my Versamark ink, then the clear embossing powder, and heating it up again. So now I'm going back to my die cuts. I'm bringing all of my letters out and I'm going to mount them on these double-sided adhesive foam sheets because I want the word to stand out. Since I want the word happy to stand out, I have die cut the words several times on my silver and pink cardstock. I'm going to adhere them using honeybee glue stick. I'm sticking them right now to my double-sided adhesive foam sheets. Now I'm going to start gluing. The pink cardstock letters. I want the word happy to have a little bit of the pink behind it, so I will be adhering the silver letters on top, like you see me doing here. Just a little bit of shading of the pink to show. Now I'm going to be coloring the cherry using 3 different reds from lightest to darkest. But in the meantime, I'm placing the letters on my card one by one, as well as the cherry. I'm not gluing anything yet until I like how it looks. But now I'm going to be gluing the cherry before I forget it. Because I want the order of my letters to stay as is, I am using Glad Press and Seal. This is a wonderful film that is meant for food, but it works also on all surfaces. It sticks on anything and it seals it. Things don't come off or loose. So I grab my letters using it, turn it over to glue my letters. And then I glue them to my card. Once you are done, you remove the film. My card is coming to an end. I've started to glue the ice cream down and placing it onto my cardstock, like I'm doing it here. Now I'm going to glue the cherry. I didn't do that before, like I thought I did. I am now going to use some glitter all over my ice cream for some shimmer. Everything looks better when you add some shimmer to your things. I like it anyways. So instead of using glue on the back of the word birthday, I've decided to use this Xyron sticker maker, and all you do is put it in the top and push the paper down, and with the other hand you pull it out until it comes out of the bottom. Then you press it down to make sure the stick on the sticky side of it, and then you stick it to wherever you want. Now it's time to use these Hero Arts lacquer pens. I'm only going to use the pink one. I really love these pens. They are magnificent because they look like pearls and they dry fast. The more the merrier, in my opinion. So I'm going to put these pearls all over the ice cream. Now I'm going to use the solid image, which is the hot fudge, to the ice cream because who doesn't like chocolate? I feel this image was missing that, so I put it back into my Misty, line it up, so once I line it up, I'm using the Versamark ink, pressing it down. Then I'm going to use my brown embossing powder by Gina K Designs to make it look like chocolate or hot fudge. Delicious. Then I heat embossed it. I don't know about you guys, but I have a sweet tooth, and it's no bueno to eat too much sugar. I am now beginning to be more careful, and I have cut down a lot in sweets. I love chocolates. Who doesn't? But I've stopped buying them. So now I'm applying the embossing powder all over. I'm applying it more because I have the little pearls there, and they were kind of blocking the areas where the pearls are. So depending how thick you want the fudge, the more brown embossing powder you have to use. I just kept repeating this until I was satisfied. I repeated the steps several times because the point is to look like chocolate, thick. So as you see me here, I'm just heat embossing it until the powder melts and gives you that shiny look. I'm just heat embossing it until you start seeing the brown and the shininess once it melts. I'm sorry for the blur spots, you guys. Off and on it came out. I don't know why. It's something that I have to fix. I really don't know what happened. So this is it, guys. This is the card of the day. I truly hope you enjoyed it watching this video as I did making it. I am very thankful for all you stopping by. Until next time, goodbye.